welcome back. You're watching First Trades here on ET Now, and we continue corporate conversations here. We have with us Mr. Nikhil Dhingra, who's the whole-time director and chief executive officer at Acme Solar. Very strong set of numbers posted, Nikhil, this time around. Talk to us about the drivers and how capacity is ramping up for you. Just give us a sense of that to start off. Are you on track to achieve the full year Q1? Was it strong enough?
Right. Many thanks for having me. Yes, it was a very strong quarter for us. We had the highest asset efficiency with 30.9% CUF for this year on the same asset basis. Plus, we have the addition of 2.3 gigawatt hour of BESS. And of course, it was better than what we had thought of in terms of the execution. So it was, and of course, we were able to tie up these BESS capacities on a short-term basis while keeping them under long-term contracts. So that was a really good outcome on a quarter basis. And of course, we remain on track to execute the 10 gigawatt hour plus BESS we have planned for this year. So a very good outcome. And of course, in terms of EBITDA, the EBITDA remains best in class at 87% overall. And of course, 91% at the pure asset level if you remove the BESS portion. And of course, we're very happy that we've contributed a lot to stabilizing the grid, which is the key focus as the grid is moving towards grid stability rather than pure intermittent electron, which renewable was used to giving till last year.
Right. Nikhil, also wanted to understand firstly on your renewable portfolio as well as BESS margins. Well, they've done well so far. Where is it that you see them, say, beyond FY27?
Yes. So of course, so that's a great thing to look at. In terms of the renewable portfolio, the margins there are around 91%, which is, of course, at its peak in terms of the possibilities. In terms of the, so those assets are being sweated very well, and they are at their highest efficiency, which is a very good sign for our O&M team. In terms of the BESS margins, they are, of course, for us, they're all contracted revenues as we go forward in next year for this current BESS. So they'll move to, you can say, PPA margins, which are in the range of 90-91%. As long as they remain in the first year of merchant or first year market-based, short-term PPA-based, they'll be in the range of, you can say, 85 odd percent, because that's a function of what price you buy the charging power. So, and of course, that is likely to be benign because we have so much of solar in the grid. So there is an upward bias to these numbers on the BESS side. Of course, the revenue realization on a BESS is again a function of peak demand, which is very strong this year and likely to be strong, and is also dependent on the supply of more BESS, because BESS is able to solve a problem which there was no other available competing source, because it is actually giving you power for exact amount of shortage you have for the exact amount of power. It's a highly customized power you can provide, which is very helpful for the grid and very cost effective for any buyer, because you are only solving the real problem you have rather than buying more than what you need. So, so the margins are likely to be stable in terms of the next year also.
Nikhil, the other thing, of course, is, your capacity, because you've commissioned about 2.3 gigawatt of BESS in Q1. You raised the FY27 guidance to almost 10 gigawatts. How significant is battery storage going to be as a strategy for Acme's long-term growth strategy?
Yes. So BESS is very important part of our strategy. And of course, it is a very important mix as we are moving from, as I said, from intermittent electrons to getting premium for reliability, because the grid is now really looking for that in terms of the customers, in terms of, you can say, the regulators. So that is the need of the hour in terms of providing round the clock renewable, providing the renewable power as you really need, and rather than when the resources are available, when the sun is available, when the wind is available. So it remains a very strategic part of our portfolio. And it's a very important part because, in terms of the supply chain, in terms of the technology, there is a lot of improvements which are possible in terms of sodium batteries, in terms of the supply chain improvements. You can say the domestic value chain. So we see that there is still a lot of distance to be covered in terms of the best deployment in the country. And of course, there is still sizable gap, and we are still at around, you can say, 4 or 5 gigawatt hours of installations, which is very low compared to Europe, US, and wherever the grid is at the similar level as ours. So we have been lagging because it was not cost efficient a couple of years back, but now it is something we have demonstrated on scale, and some of the other leading companies have also demonstrated at scale. So I think this is going to be a very important part of the India's grid story for upcoming 5 years or so, at least.
You've raised your FY27 capex guidance to 15,000 to 20,000 crores, Nikhil. And this is coming in with an investment of about 3,000 odd crore rupees, right? What levers do you have in place for this kind of visibility that you have beyond FY27?
Right. So we do have long-term power purchase agreements of around 3,800 megawatts. That is the basis of our capital expenditure. That is the basis of our fundraise or capex plans and our projections or any business plan we make. So the fundamental business we are in is providing power on long-term basis, and this very large sort of power purchase agreements which we need to honor. So that's the basis of this planning, and that's the basis of this capital expenditure. In terms of the planning for this, we are fully funded. We have the balance sheet is at its best in terms of the equity and debt. And as you know, these are all 25-year contracts, so you do get access to long-term debt. And of course, we have enough equity to fund these projects, and they provide you revenue for ongoing basis. And these are a combination of solar and batteries. So as I said, there is a premium in the grid reliability. So these PPAs are really the driver behind the whole capex.
1.2 gigawatt, which will still remain pending, Nikhil. You've suggested you're in advanced stages of signing PPAs with regard to that part. How quickly do you do that? If you can give us a broad timeline.
So see, this 1.2 gigawatt hour, if we want to, we can allocate it even today, because we do have PPAs on which we can allocate this capacity. It is strategically kept open because we want to keep it open for the future midterm to long-term peak focused bids which are expected to come. So it is, as of today, also we can allocate it to our 20 gigawatt hour of our pipeline is in the PPAs. So 20 gigawatt hour of BESS we can allocate to our PPAs, which we have only allocated, you can say, right now 14-15 gigawatt hour. So this 1.2 gigawatt hour can be easily allocated, but we are strategically, intentionally keeping it open so that we are able to get it the best possible outcome for this capacity, in case there is any requirement with our customers to provide that on a short-term interval. So it is a matter of strategy rather than for lack of any PPA.
That means you're expecting pricing to go up and demand also to go up with no commensurate supply coming on stream. Is that the right way to think of it from an industry standpoint?
Yeah, you can say that, and also in terms of the and in terms of the specific bids which are expected to come, because there are a lot of RFS from various state governments and central government which are in play. So and some of the it's a function of the connectivity you have also available and what time somebody needs the power. So it is about satisfying the customer need at the cheapest cost and also getting a realization which is commensurate with that. So that's what we are doing. The only thing I would like to clarify is there is no PPA risk here. We have enough PPAs to allocate, and of course we'll allocate it to the best possible PPA.
Okay, Nikhil, great to have you today on ET Now. Thank you so much for your time. Good speaking with you.